He watched his wife vanish from their honeymoon cruise in the dead of night. Instead of searching, he spent 45 minutes loading stolen silver coins onto a life raft. Then he told the Coast Guard, "I did not do anything." Isabella Hellman came from Colombia and built the American dream with her own hands. She became a citizen, a respected real estate agent at Signature Real Estate, and a devoted mother to her 10-month-old daughter, Amelia. Her parents and 3 sisters lived nearby in Boca Raton, keeping their Colombian traditions alive while helping care for the baby. At 41, Isabella radiated warmth and ambition. Everything she did was for that little girl. But the man who would enter her life would transform her hard-won happiness into something far darker than any storm. Bennett was a mining engineer with dual Australian and British citizenship, an experienced sailor with coastal skipper certification. He met Isabella online in 2014. Their relationship accelerated quickly. Amelia was born in July 2016, and they married in February 2017. Underneath the surface, constant financial pressures and bitter arguments festered. He wanted to raise Amelia in Australia. Isabella refused to leave Florida. Recovered text messages revealed her pain. "You make me crazy," shouting, yelling, swearing. Despite this crumbling foundation, they planned a belated honeymoon cruise, a decision that would prove fatal. On April 29, 2017, they left Amelia with Isabella's family and flew to St. Martin. They boarded Bennett's 37-foot catamaran, Surf into Summer, destined to Puerto Rico, Cuba, and finally Key West. Isabella's mobile phone broke early in the voyage, leaving them wholly dependent on Bennett's communication devices. FBI investigators would later note that he did not activate the satellite phone or register his personal locator beacon until they reached Cuba, the most dangerous open ocean leg. That delay ensured Isabella had no independent way to call for help during the long crossing ahead. Throughout the Caribbean passage, Isabella called home whenever possible, asking detailed questions about Amelia. Her sister Diana noticed a shift during one of the final calls. Isabella seemed rushed, her usual questions absent. On May 14, 2017, they departed Havana. At 8:25 that evening, Isabella reached Diana by satellite phone. "We just connected. It's been really hard for us to connect it." Her last words were, "I'll see you tomorrow." Then Bennett, by his own account, left her alone at the helm in the dark ocean without a life jacket, harness, or locator beacon. In the early hours of May 15, Bennett claimed he woke to a crash and found the helm unmanned, Isabella gone. A certified skipper should have shouted, deployed flares, and launched an immediate search. He did none of that. For roughly 45 minutes, he methodically loaded a life raft with luggage, water, food, a tea set, and 9 tubes containing stolen silver coins. Only after securing his belongings did he cut the tether, abandon the sinking catamaran, and activate his beacon. His wife, somewhere in the black water, received no search at all. A Coast Guard helicopter rescued Bennett at 4:30 a.m. The rescue swimmer noticed his backpack was unusually heavy. Inside were stolen coins. When asked what he had done to find Isabella, Bennett answered, "I did not do anything." A massive search covering nearly 5,000 square nautical miles over 4 days found no trace of her. The day after the search was suspended, Bennett requested a letter of presumed death. Investigators found the timing deeply suspicious for a husband who should have been demanding the search continue until his wife was found alive. Isabella's family was shattered. They initially offered support to Bennett, but his calm composure unsettled them. 2 weeks later, he arrived at their home with a police escort to retrieve belongings and placed Amelia in his car. Body camera footage captured Isabella's mother collapsing, begging him not to take the baby. Her sister screamed, "You already killed my sister. What else do you want now?" Bennett refused to let them hold Amelia one last time. The next day, he bought one-way tickets to the United Kingdom and vanished with the child. Coast Guard experts examining the sunken catamaran made a startling discovery. Both hulls had holes in nearly identical locations, and 2 underwater escape hatches were found open. An engineering professor concluded the damage did not result from an accident. The vessel was intentionally scuttled. Opening both hatches while underway would cause rapid, catastrophic flooding, and was unexplainable as anything other than a deliberate act. The physical evidence directly contradicted Bennett's story of an unexpected collision at sea and pointed instead towards cold calculation. In June 2017, the FBI searched the couple's condo and found 162 gold coins hidden in boat shoes. They linked Bennett to the earlier theft of $100,000 in coins from a yacht where he had worked, a crime he had covered up with a false police report. Motive crystallized: eliminate a failing marriage, inherit Isabella's estate, gain sole custody of Amelia, and keep his stolen fortune. Arrested first for transporting stolen goods, Bennett was later charged with second-degree murder. The case against him was relentless. Bennett ultimately pled guilty to involuntary manslaughter, receiving the maximum 8-year sentence. Isabella's family, believing she was deliberately murdered, opposed the deal, but later chose an extraordinary path. They forgave Bennett for Amelia's sake and traveled to Scotland to reunite with the little girl, ensuring she knows her mother's love. Bennett is expected to be deported upon his release. Isabella Hellman was 41 years old, a mother, daughter, and friend whose light was extinguished far too soon. Her family asks that we remember her joy, not her tragedy. Before you go, tell me this. Do you believe Isabella's disappearance was an accident, or do you think investigators got it right? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into a real case, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next story. Thanks for watching.